Hello, my name is Devin McKenzie, the market analyst at Aluma Capital, and I'll be taking you through this week's CFD trading ideas for the 16th to the 23rd of October 2017. These trading ideas are a valuable resource to the active trader seeking to add additional positions to his or her current portfolio. In the week ahead, the price action of the CFDs presented here may or may not be desirable to initiate high probability trades. This will depend on underlying market forces. The CFDs presented here need to be monitored carefully so that if the price action plays out as anticipated, trades can be initiated at the suggested entry levels. This week there are 9 CFD trading ideas, and these include a possible long trade in Adcock Ingram. Here we'll monitor the stock to see if it's able to trade up towards the downtrend resistance at 60 Rand, and if it's able to break above the resistance, then we'll look to buy it for a move to 62 Rand. There's a possible long trade in Astral. Here the price action over the last month has been playing out in an Elliott wave cycle, and the fifth wave of this cycle will take the price from around 170 Rand towards 180 Rand, so we'll look to buy this stock around the 170 Rand level for a move up towards a 180 Rand. There's a possible short trade in Barclays Africa. Here we'll need to monitor the stock to see if it begins reversing down from the area of resistance afforded by the 200-day moving average, which is at around 150 Rand. If the stock begins reversing down from 150 Rand, then we'll look to short it for a move down towards 144 Rand. There's a possible short trade in Pick n Pay. Here we'll monitor the stock to see if it begins reversing down from the area of multiple resistance from the neckline of a head and shoulders pattern, a 50-day moving average around 61 Rand. So we'll monitor the stock. If it begins reversing down from that area of resistance, then we'll look to short it for a move down towards 58 Rand 50 cents. There's a possible long trade in Rand Merchant Investments. The stock has been range bound between support at 40 Rand 50 cents and resistance at 42 Rand, and we can look to trade this stock within this range, starting with a possible long trade at the support level of 40 Rand 50 cents. So we'll look to buy it at 40 Rand 50 cents for a move up towards 42 Rand. There's a possible long trade in Renet. The stock broke out of a channel that it has been trading in over the last 2 months, and the upper boundary of this channel comes into play at around 29 Rand. Since the breakout, the stock has begun to pull back and is currently testing the upper boundary of this channel again. So we'll monitor the stock and see if it begins reversing up from 29 Rand, at which point we'll look to buy it for a move up to 30 Rand 45 cents. There's a possible long trade in Richmond. The stock has been impressive over the last 3 months, trading in a firm upward trend, and it's currently approaching the uptrend support again. And there's also additional support from the 50-day moving average, both coming into play around the 122 Rand region. So we'll look to buy the stock around 122 Rand if it begins reversing up from that area, and then we'll set our take profit at 128 Rand. There's a possible long trade in South 32. This stock is also approaching an area of multiple support, which includes lateral support, support from the 50-day moving average, as well as uptrend support, and these all come into play at around 32 Rand 50 cents. So if the stock begins reversing up from 32 Rand 50 cents, then we'll look to buy it for a move up towards 34 Rand 50 cents. Finally, there's a possible short trade in Vodacom. The stock gapped down from 178 Rand to 164 Rand at the beginning of September, and since dribbled even lower, but now appears to be stabilizing around the 155 Rand level. If it's able to trade above the resistance at 157 Rand, it's likely to continue moving up towards 161 Rand, where the 200-day moving average comes into play. And if it does reach that level of 161 Rand, it would be a good option to short for a move down to 155 Rand. Those are your CFD trading ideas for this week. Please remember to manage your risk by using protective stop losses.